To discuss the broader implications of this, Alex Vines joins us from London. He's the Research Director for the Africa Programme at Chatham House. Alex, just how inflammatory do you think the decision is for the diplomat to remain in Niger?
The ambassador of France obviously can't recognise the junta, but the regional body, ECOWAS, the African Union, also don't recognise the junta. So that is pretty much an international position. Most countries in the world do not recognise the putschists. The only people that do are other putschists, from what we can see. So this is all part of putting extra pressure on the junta to agree in the negotiations, in the mediation process, on a tighter timetable to step down. Already last week, we saw the junta saying, well, they would stay for 3 years. That's been outrightly rejected. But the negotiations are continuing. And so I can see why this is occurring right at the moment. This is all about putting extra pressure on the junta to make the point they need to step down.
You talk about negotiations. Do you think this decision by France's ambassador is going to help or hinder these diplomatic machinations that are going on?
Well, I don't think Paris had any choice. They can't recognize an illegitimate military regime. And so I think Paris has decided that they're going to make a very strong statement in support of President Bazoum, the democratically elected president of Niger, who is under detention in the presidency at the moment with his family. The reality, I think, longer term is that if there is a transition process, if that's where the negotiations finally land, with the junta kind of agreeing that within a certain time frame, probably a year, they will step down, where does that put President Bazoum? So we'll have to see. But this is all taking place at the moment, and there is very serious mediation efforts. A former president of Nigeria is involved. The Sultan of Sokoto, the region of Nigeria just next door to Niger, is involved. Culturally very similar, that part of Nigeria to Niger. So there's enormous pressure and focus on this at the moment.
ECOWAS, though, they
Yep.
are not ruling out 100% military intervention, though. We still have French troops in Niger. Do you see a situation where this could descend into a military conflict?
So ECOWAS are definitely planning for a military intervention. The chiefs of defense staff of all the members have been meeting together. They have a roadmap now on how they would execute this. They don't want to do that. They do want mediation. Any intervention has unintended consequences. But the focus at the moment is to get sanctions to bite, to get diplomacy to work, and to ensure that the junta in Niamey recognizes that it can't hold on for an extended period. And so I think that's what's happening at the moment. That's the focus of it. And in a way, I think Paris is supporting that by having decided to keep its ambassador in Niamey for now, making the point that the junta is not internationally recognizable. So that puts more pressure on the junta.
It will be interesting to see how it plays out. We appreciate your analysis. Thanks for your time here on the NewsHour.